Respond once, but I can't have a back and forth 10-minute thing with everybody here. I'll be here till 3 in the morning.
Without union.
Sir, we have limited time in which we can be here.
I just have one quick I just have one thing I want to say.
They have to recognize you.
He just said he could speak.
I'll give them one question, and that's the one I have a back and forth. I'm sure the Sheboygan Library doesn't want us to go.
I do appreciate you coming, and because I know you've been
We'll get
hanging out quite a
overtime.
bit. But let me tell you quickly: without a union, who's going to fight for those workers? Who's going to allow them to have the pay that they need in order to live?
Your work ethic should fight for you.
Yeah, we'll go through here. I'm going to pick through as many people as possible. Yeah, I will answer that, and then we'll go on, because I'm sure that the Sheboygan Library staff doesn't want us here at midnight. There are many people I know who don't work for a union.
Exactly, that's right.
And they don't feel put upon, and their employer appreciates them. Now, Scott Walker's not getting rid of unions. You know, unions will continue to exist. But when people say that, you know, I need my union or nobody's going to give me a fair wage, that's not true. There are many, many people out there who are making good money who don't work for a union. Now I'm going to try to, we'll jump here. We'll try here.
Kohler Company just voted against the union because the company made concessions and they agreed to a decent wage, and we increased our health, the amount of money we have to pay for health benefits increased, so.
A lot of the people are, I can get into that, but a lot of people are afraid because they won't have a job.
Okay.
Well, you can always be afraid of
I'll keep bouncing back and forth, and I'll see how many people I can get to quickly. We'll take the guy here in the black jacket.
Is it true that earlier this congressional office, that earlier that Scott Walker approved giving $136 million away to special interests?
You will find that
specifically corporations.
Well,
and
you can call
based
it
on that,
special interests.
Okay, based on that,
well.
specifically corporations, and based on that, do you think it is more important for the state to give money to corporations than it is to ensure workers' rights?
Oh yeah, he does.
We need a strong business climate in this state. They may change where those tax breaks are, but I think a goal of Scott Walker throughout this budget process is going to make sure that if a year or 2 years from now, Forbes magazine again re-ranks the business ratings in the state, Wisconsin will go up. And one of the ways to make sure Wisconsin will go up and have a more favorable business rating is to change the tax climate for Wisconsin business. Scott Walker is trying to change the tax climate for Wisconsin business. One of the reasons, if you want more money for schools, one of the ways we can get more money for schools is to have more income tax and sales tax dollars coming into the state. The way you have more income and sales tax dollars coming into the state is you have a better business climate. Now we'll take the gal in the hat in the back. Good.
My husband was in Madison on Wednesday.
Okay.
You were in your office.
Yes.
You walked into your office and asked to speak with you and was told by your staff you weren't there. He wrote down and started writing down his address. You walked out of your office, took one look at him, saw who he was, turned around and walked back in your office. Number one, you're not representing me at all. And you know, although I didn't vote for you, it is still your job to represent me. My question for you is, I do insurance billing for a living. I've been doing it for 23 years. Do you really think that you are going to compare Humana Insurance to WEA and say that it's the same benefits? Because, honey, if you think it is, you are so sadly mistaken.
No, but what I'm going to tell you...
Mr. Grothman, what company is your insurance company? Is it WPS?
Let me answer all three of your questions. Okay. First of all, I talked to dozens of people last week. If I looked at your husband and didn't talk to him, I had no idea he was my constituent. I invited many, if I ran into people I knew were my constituents last week, not my staff but me, I invited him to my office. I think it was the only legislator there for the demonstration on Saturday, and I invited several teachers who were from my district into my office and talked to them.
There were lots of people there.
Now, your second thing, as far as when I was comparing different insurance policies, I was comparing school districts that self-insure compared to districts with WEA trust. The districts that self-insure, at the time the unions agreed to that self-insurance, made sure that insofar as they could, the benefits under self-insurance were the same as the benefits under WEA trust. And That's what was done there. You had a third question, I can't remember what it was. I don't go to the doctor a lot. It's a state plan, I think it may be Humana. Why don't we check this? The gal in the red here.
Well, I have a comment and also a question. The comment is I walked through a mob when I came in here, and signs, they were all yelling. It was sort of intimidating. And there were a lot of signs saying this is what democracy looks like, and I would say exactly, which is why our country is a republic.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, the question I have is, I believe my understanding of the bill, which I've started reading and it's very long, is that this is not about collective bargaining for all unions across the board. This is about collective bargaining for people that are considered a public employee union.
Correct.
Okay, and then my question is, what representation or what collective bargaining do we, the taxpayers, get in this?
Nobody can collect a bargain for you. That's a valid point. First of all, the woman made a valid point. And one of the things I always try to talk about when I deal with young people, and one of the things I do, that I'm going to give up to because I have too much time to do it, I do Eagle Scout Awards for citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the community. And I always try to explain to the young people the difference between a democracy and a republic. And I'm amazed the degree to which so few young people today go through school and don't know the difference. Secondly, what is the next point here? You are right that when I got out here, there were a lot of people chanting who clearly did not want the TV reporter to hear what I had to say. And I thought it was interesting that that was the last thing I did before I left Madison. I was also on TV and heard a bunch of chanting people who apparently, seeing me talk to a TV reporter, felt the way to deal with it is to just chant at the top of their lungs and hope I couldn't be heard, which was kind of a sad thing. And I did not know who those people were chanting were in Madison, but here we know who they were.
Okay, we only have time for 2 more questions.
Okay, let me try to get people I haven't grabbed before. I'll try to get one kind